I'm Shweta. I'm basically a software professional, but I quit my job for personal reasons and I just wanted to pursue art. So I was actively undergoing training at an art institute here, and it so happened that art also has its busy schedule, and one day after finishing my stuff at the institute, I was returning home, and at home I was really tired, and it so happened that I had a seizure without my knowledge, and I was unconscious for about an hour and a half, and I had no idea. I have a small child also, and he was all on his own, and 1.5 hours I didn't know what happened, and then when I had to call my parents and my husband. And then when they came, I realized it was a seizure. I had bit my tongue, and I knew something was in store. So we did our work of taking multiple views, actually multiple opinions, and apparently few were not very encouraging. Few were right on our face telling that okay, there will be some deficits and you'll have to live with it. It can be operated, but still there are risks associated. It was then that through a family friend of ours, we got to know about Vikram Hospital, and we were also told that the cream of neurosurgeons have shifted to Vikram, and that would be the place to go. We got in touch with Dr. Sudhir and Dr.chandramouli, and when we came here, the whole approach was really very comforting, and they did explain us the risks involved in undergoing the surgery, and the position of the tumor was so much that it could have affected my motor activity. But then they also said that okay, there is a workaround. Let's not jump into conclusions. Let's deal one step at a time. Let's remove the tumor and see what it is, and there can be other steps to cure the remaining and whatever. So their approach was so comforting. They never once said that okay, you're going to live with a deficit all your life. They said okay, let's take it, let's see it, and we'll take the next step further after we go through this. They never jumped into any conclusions, and so that was very comforting, and that was what made me go with these doctors, with these surgeons.
Shweta Shankar, a 33-year-old software engineer who had taken a sabbatical from her work, and she was pursuing her hobby of glass painting, suddenly noticed a focal seizure becoming generalized involving the left half first, and then naturally there was a panic. She underwent an MRI scan outside, and then she landed with us with this MRI scan, which clearly showed that there is a lesion in the right parietal region, which was probably thought to be a low-grade glioma. We did do a plane and contrast neuronavigation protocol MRI, and it did show that there was a lesion. It is nearer to the hand, and then we did hand area of on the right side of the brain, that is left side hand area. Then we did do a functional MRI, and we could make out that the lesion was very nearer to the hand area on the left side. So we did decide to do this case under neuronavigation, which we have, and plus intraoperative imaging facility, which we have in the form of sonovan. And we did do a craniotomy, a right parietal craniotomy, and decided to do a cortical mapping, identified the motor area involving the left hand, and which corresponded with what we had seen it in the neuronavigation protocol imaging, and under ultrasound guidance we could do a good resection of this lesion, and post-operatively she absolutely had no motor deficit, and she did perfectly well, and fortunately for her the lesion biopsy came as a grade 2 glioma. So she is doing perfectly fine.
Everything was done. I was about to get admitted, but then again I had a family emergency for which I had to postpone my surgery just a day before the actual surgery. And I don't know about other hospitals, but these doctors were very accommodating. They understood what I was going through, and they said, okay, no issues, don't worry, take your tablets, it's all going to be okay. They were with me through that tragedy as well, and they were quite accommodating. And that's when I said, okay, I have an art show as well. If I'm postponing it, let me do it after the exhibition if at all possible. They said, okay, fine, you can do that also. So with all, they gave me support through phone also. I could call them up anytime I wanted. And if at all I was going through some issues, they were suggesting me medication over the phone as well. So that's how they helped me glide through that phase. And my surgery was scheduled for Feb. What had to happen in Jan was now scheduled to Feb. And the whole process of admission and finance, everything was very well taken care of. My surgery also went on very well. It was quite a complicated surgery, so it was around, if I remember it right, 7 to 8 hours. And after the surgery, I was shifted to an ICU, Neuro ICU, where the care was really very good. And they made sure that I was able to walk around first, and only then they shifted me to the ward. And it just happened the next day. I was shifted to the ward. There again, all the sisters were very, they were taking care of me like a family would. Timely medicines, food was also good, and everything went well. I got discharged on Saturday, so it was all done very fast, and the recovery was also very good. In fact, they told me, okay, fine, it's all done. You're done with this. You can get back to your work. That's what they said. The very day I was getting discharged, they said, okay, fine, you can get back to your work, and we would like to see more of your exhibitions. I would like to thank not just me. I think my whole family and friends would like to thank Dr.chandramouli, Dr. Sudhir Pai, for all their efforts, concerns, and their personal care, and also Vikram Hospital, who has done everything that it takes to get me on my feet today. Thank you.